Hello and welcome to Wizzard Gaming. Wizzard's my name. This is a tutorial on tips and tricks about American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator. What we'll do is I'll start with a new profile with American Truck Simulator. I'll then change into a different profile to work you through what needs to be done. Now, if you're a female, you click on this symbol, go pick a pretty face that you like. If you're a male, pick on this one and pick a face that you like, in case I'm a male, so I'll go find a scary face like that. Now, you can pick from a Peterbilt 389, a Volvo, another Peterbilt, that would be a 576, I think, a Kenworth W900, and a Kenworth T68, I think. Let's go old school. Here is what you can have as your company logo. I normally have this one, but for this time we'll pick the wheels. Your company name goes in here. This is what company you wish to use as a what you want to call your company. Your username up here, in my case, is Wizzard. I've got tips and tricks up there because this will not have any modifications in it. It is a standard map that you'll get off the shelf or off Steam or off anything else. I will say that I do have every map DLC loaded on my map, which could be different to yours. So what we'll do is we'll just set up, and I'll turn this music off very, very shortly. Now, what it says here is to pick a town. Now, majority of people will have California, Nevada, and Arizona. In Nevada, you can have triple trailers, so it's a very handy place to set up. I'm now looking at Las Vegas, so we'll make our it doesn't really matter where you start. New Mexico, down around here, Arizona, California is all through here. The ones that are garages are these. So for this demonstration, I'll pick Las Vegas and we'll go from there. Now what I'm going to do, very quickly tab through all this so I can turn the bloody music off. Options. Music, disappear, thank you. Okay. Now, the basic thing is they want you to do a tutorial, which is start the motor, fine, just press all the buttons that they tell you to press. Press F1. Now it just goes you through a little tutorial. F5, F6, F7, continue, close tutorial. Now, here's the interesting little fact. that when you start a game, you only have $1,500. Now, one of the secrets to this is to make money and to do loads that earn you money. Now, I'm not going to bore you by driving this around, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into one of my other profiles and show you what the next step is, right? Once you do this, you do your little preliminary drive, you then start working, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back into one of my other profiles and we'll start from there. Okay, welcome back. This is into one of my other profiles. I have a lot of money, really a lot of money. Okay, what we'll do is I'll go into truck purchasing. Right, now, there are no mods in this whatsoever at the moment. Now, let's go into Peterbilt and we'll buy online. Doesn't really matter. Now, the cheapest truck. Yep, okay, here we go. The cheapest truck in a Peterbilt base truck, drive away out of the showroom, is this one. $112,725 worth. Okay, and that's as is. No change, no nothing. Basic wheels, day cab, small fuel tank, 370 horsepower motor, 10-speed gearbox. That's it. Right, that's the cheapest truck for Peterbilt. Now, we'll go back out. We'll go to Kenworth. Now, the cheapest Kenworth you can buy is this one here, the W900 that I've got lit up. $113,805, right? As is, off the showroom floor, day cab, 6x2, 370 horsepower motor, and a 10-speed box, right? That's it. That's the cheapest Kenworth you can buy. Okay, so let's go back. Volvo. Now, Volvo's down here somewhere. Now, the cheapest Volvo you can buy is $118,065, which is pretty much the same price as the Peterbilt. Now, as I said, that's it. Stock truck, nothing else. Day cab, 6x2, 355 horsepower motor with a 10-speed box, right? Now, because this game is dependent on money, you need to make, as you see, you need to make a lot of money. You're up to 180,000 there and more. What the trick is, right, that I normally do, is before you get to own your own truck, right, you, down here in job market, you have what's called quick jobs. Now, these are jobs that you do jobs and work for other drivers. Now, what you do There's a whole lot of criteria down here. The only one you need to worry about is price down. Now, as you see, I have a really, really big map. That's all the current states. Now, this driver will pay you $195,725 to deliver this load up into Washington. This will take you 37 hours in game, which is about an hour, 2 hours normal driving, roughly, or just under. Now, take the high-paying jobs, right? Now, that's the trick. Take the high-paying jobs. Now, while you're doing this, because I'm not going to do it, I've explored everything. But see, you're starting here at Hobbs, so you'll open that city, you'll drive through this city, you'll drive through this city, you'll drive through this one, you'll drive through that one, you'll drive through that one. Now, because this is a rush job, just if it's got 3 red arrows, it's urgent delivery, 2 red arrows or 2 blue arrows are important, and 1 green arrow means you've got plenty of time to do it. If the run like that just runs through the cities, don't divert on this type of job. If it opens them, it opens them. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But more than likely, it'll open up a long path right through there. Now, once you've done that, right, you're up here in Washington, you've earned a lot of money, right? You've got to get your experience up. You've got to get your money up. Now, when we come back to experience, you have it here in skill points. Now, all mine are full, right? Now, there's 36 skill points you've got to create. Now, the ones that you start with, or that I normally start with, are high value, fragile, just in time, hazardous, fuel. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sections you want to do first. I'd look at high value cargo first, fragile, so you could 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Fill that up, fill those 2 up. Then I'd look at hazardous loads. Then you come down just in time and fuel economy. So you go 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, right? There's 36 points you've got to get. Once you get to your 36, you're getting there. You're at level 10, you can't get any better. You get better rewards, better everything else. Now, as far as setting up on the map, now I'll bring the map up. See, where are we? Okay, in Nevada, you're allowed to have triple trailers, and also in there and north, say Nevada, Oregon, and Washington State, I think you can have triple trailers. What I normally try and do is I start and pick a garage halfway between here and here, which is around Las Vegas. I normally have Elko, Carson Cities, etc. But at the moment, I'm concentrating starting at Vegas. Where you start from is your decision. But in Nevada itself, you can actually store and use a lot more trailers than in any other state. Just to think. Okay, so once you've taken up your special cargo load and you're driven again, what you need to do is then keep doing this until you've discovered a lot of dealerships, a lot of recruitment agencies, a lot of towns, right? Now, what I'd suggest, even though that's good money and it's probably worth the run, right? If you went to the green arrow, right, which is standard deliveries, that doesn't pay as much, but mind you, it's not that far off. With a green load, you have more time to discover what's happening or what you're doing. So if you're doing a green load, which is just a standard load, you have a bit of time up your hands. So if you're picking up from here, you go through here, you could probably drive around a bit of the town, bookmark it, and say, yeah, we'll drive past the dealership, we'll drive past a recruitment agency. Some towns have both, some towns only have one. Now, if this is the run they're looking at, I'd probably come to Las Vegas, come down to here, I'd probably here, then back up to here, go into Flagstaff, go into Kingman, go into Hornbrook, Gallup will go, Albuquerque would be right, and then to there. So you'd pick up a number of cities on the way. You'd have enough time to go and explore the town, pick up what you need to pick up. See, even here, I could actually come to this one, Ontario, and then cross over to Burns. You'd have that time. But I'd probably concentrate easier on standard jobs. They pay nearly as well. This one takes 32 hours. So that's 24 and 6. So, yep. That's hour and a half. Normal people time. But in saying that, you've got, once you get your truck, well, we won't get into that just yet, but you've got to be, say, I'm here at Kenwick. So you click on the Kenwick, and this is all the loads out of Kenwick, right? I'll come back into that in a minute. But if you're at a specific location, or you say you've ended up here at Hobbs, right? You click on Hobbs, highlight Hobbs, and you see these are the most expensive to the least expensive jobs. And they put in the route for you. That's a very urgent delivery. So you haven't got much time to explore with urgent deliveries, but they can pay well. They can pay well. That's the best part of a truck there. But what I'd suggest is not necessarily You don't have to buy a truck straight away, right? If you're doing these quick jobs, right, I'd suggest that we go to the green ones, right? So you've got plenty of time. If you do these little quick jobs or little contract jobs for other drivers, one, it gives you enough time to explore towns, cities, find all your dealerships, recruitment agencies, etc. The bloke that you're driving for pays for your fuel, pays for any toll gates you've got to go through. You've just got to make sure you don't damage the truck. Otherwise, you'll have to repair the truck before you drop off the load. Hint, hint. Okay. Now, when you say, well, that's a good load. To me, that's a good load for a standard delivery. Well, okay, let's 170,000. Now that's for an important whatever delivery. Very important. You got a little bit of time to do it. There's not really a problem. That's a 35-hour drive, so you're still looking at about an hour and a half in real time. That's not too bad. Just remember, the more important the load, the more in a hurry and less time you have to do it. Now there's the top load, $195,000. $141,000. It's only 50-something thousand less. But even if you just took these loads and discovered most of the map, you would have enough money to buy whatever truck you wanted and to upgrade your garage to whatever you wanted. Now, let's get back into upgrading garages. We'll come over to here. Where's our garage manager? As you can see, I've got quite a few. Now, here's my Elgato garage. Got 5 trucks in it, right? That's the biggest garage you'll have. Now, Tucson, I just bought the other day on this profile. I bought the garage. It has a 3-slot garage in it. Now, let's see. Kenworth, so 3. Yeah, so when you buy a garage, right, besides the garage you're given to start with, you started with a tiny. I'm not sure if I've already upgraded. A tiny garage, which you start with, has 1 truck slot. You can upgrade that to a small garage, which gives you 3 truck slots. The next upgrade from that brings in the next 2 trucks, truck upgrades. So you got 5 slots. Now, if I wanted to upgrade that, it'll cost me another $100,000 to give me 5 truck slots. You don't need to upgrade it straight away. What I'd suggest that you do when you get your tiny garage is I'd upgrade it first to 3 trucks. Then I'd look at putting on 2 extra drivers. And in that case, let's see, go back here again, 112. I'd buy that truck to put my 2 extra drivers in, as is. Cheapest truck in the market, right? As is. If you wanted to give it a paint job, well, depending on what colour you want, fine, give it a paint job. That's now cost you an extra $4,000 on top. Or we can make it yellow. That's an additional 100. Make it black. That's for 100. Pure red. They go faster. That's for an extra 100, extra 100. So if you want to put a basic colour on, it's going to cost you an extra $100, roughly. That, don't change the wheels, don't change anything on that truck, buy it as is for your workers. Now, once you buy that truck, right, it then saves it to when you want to buy another truck. Now, let's show you that. Where are we? Okay. Up here, you've got my fleet configuration, right? And what I did for my fleet is I bought this truck for my workers. Now, that truck is $115,000 with a standard paint job. Nothing. I did nothing to that truck except paint it a different colour. And that cost me the same as the black truck, or the blue truck, or the white truck. All them are the same colour as the base colour. Now, that's what I bought for my workers. Right? Let's go back. These are the combinations of Peterbilts that I have myself. As you can see, 222,530, 2008, 870. Now you're talking money. Let's go back to Kenworth. Okay. Now Kenworth is 113,000. It's a little bit dearer than the Peterbilt. As you see, 213, 211, 170. These are dear trucks. Mind you, they're all kitted out. But the dearest truck is this one here. Now that's a modern truck. That's the 680. Right, pretty looking truck. It's a high rise. You can put a long 6x4 on it. Now, here's another trick I'll show you with motors. It's not actually the horsepower that you are looking for. It's here, Newton meters of torque. Right? Now, This particular motor has 2,237 Newton meters of torque at 500 horsepower. This one's got 2,508 Newton meters. Yes, it's a bigger motor. So is this. This is 550 horse at 2,508 Newton meters. You're still best off with the 510. Now, here we go. 600 horsepower, 2,779 Newton meters of torque. These are the ones I normally use, right? Because they have a higher Newton meter of torque to drive the motor. Some other mods that you'll see will have the same size motor, but they don't have the torque. Everything works with torque with motors, okay? That there is actually the prime motor you want for your trucks when you get round to it. This is the prime gearbox, an 18-speed Eaton Fuller. That's probably the best box you need. You don't need these ones. They're actually supposedly automatic, but that's the one I use. Your dashes can be, your interior can be changed. Your colours, by the way, these are all DLC colours. Or your hard points, right? All this can be changed. But when you are doing your own truck, that's when you do the customizations, not your workers' trucks. Okay. So we've worked out so far that either come down here. The Peterbilt is still cheaper than that as a basic truck, right? Now, what I'd suggest, and it's only a suggestion, right, is your first truck will be that. The Peterbilt 579 duty cab, $112,725. And if you want to make a colour out of it, it will cost you $100. Okay? You've got black, green, blue, white. Only going to cost you, that'll actually cost you nothing. If you pick any of those 4 colours there, it will not cost you a cent to change the colour. Okay? Okay, we'll make a black one. I'd leave that as it is, standard, right, with whatever colour system you want. I'd buy that, no modifications on it, as your first truck, right? The simple reason is it's not going to cost you a small fortune to buy it. When you get to have enough money to expand your tiny garage into a small one, and you have enough money to buy 2 more of these trucks in the designated colour that you want, and I'm only clicking on these ones because it doesn't cost you any money, you can then, when you go to buy another truck for your workers, all you have to do is go back up to the other configuration, and there's your truck for your workers. All you got to do is buy it. Buy 2 of those trucks, put them in your garage, hire 2 workers, which I'll show you how to do now. Recruitment agency, hire workers. Okay, a lot of my workers, a lot of your workers won't be as good as rating 10, but okay, let's go down to here. You'll probably get someone like this. Now, what you do is that it will cost you $1,500 to hire your worker. Once you click on hire, it will then tell you where you want to put him in, e.g. The garage that you own. So what you do is you hire him and you say, I want him in that garage, right? I want to put him in that truck, and click OK. I don't have a truck there, so I'm not going to worry. I don't have one there either. Okay, but you get the drift. You've put your trucks into here, you click on that, you say, I want him to drive that truck, press OK. That's how you hire workers. Okay, now hopefully that's a bit of explanation into how American truck works. As I said, you do not have to buy a truck straight away. I've discovered most of this map, right, as a hiring or driving for other people, right? Now, there's only a few roads I haven't covered, but anywhere in Nevada, yes, that you can buy a garage or you like a garage, remember you can put trailers in. Now I'm going to go back to trailers. Right, these are your stock trailers, right? Now, let's get on to the big ones. There's a big one. It's a Rocky Mountain double. Here's the triples, right? Now, I'm not going to do this. Look, these things are huge. It's a triple trailer. You can have refrigerated, insulated, drywall. Dry van or insulated is probably the best. Mainly for it's cheaper. Now, your refrigerator is going to cost you a lot more. Then you can set up your wheels, your colour, right? These up here you can change to whatever colour you prefer, etc. There's lots of things on there that you can pretty up, right? Now, let's just, probably won't do this, but let's see how I can't put it into that garage, because Washington State doesn't support these trailers. Oregon does, right? Nevada does. But no other garages that I have support the big trailers. So, in a base map that you will normally have California, Nevada, and Arizona, which are the three states that you get, well, actually California and Nevada, Arizona if you've registered with Steam. So Nevada's the only place that you can put big trailers. Food for thought. Because if you don't have Oregon, the only place you can run big trailers out of is Nevada. Okay. Just a thought. That's why a lot of my games previously were set up at Elgato. I'm now setting them up in Las Vegas. So, okay, hopefully you've got the best of the gist of what to do. Yeah, setting up your truck with pretty colors and all that. That's fine when you've got money to do it, right? When you start, you do not have that money. You do not have that luxury. Drive quick jobs. Make your quick jobs standard delivery. Explore the map. Get as much of the map explored as you can. You have to find at least one Kenworth dealer, one Volvo dealer, one Peterbilt dealership. There are only 3 versions of trucks out at the moment. There are more coming. So, in saying that, drive the standard delivery loads. They will let you explore. Okay, one moment and I'll change profiles to European Truck Simulator 2. I'll be back shortly. Hello and welcome back to Wizzard Gaming. Wizzard's my name. This is the next part of the tutorial, or tips and tricks, on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, if you're a female, you can click on the female profiles that you like, what truck you'd like, and what cargo or symbol you'd like to carry with. If you're a male, like me, you can go and pick up a face. That's appropriate. I'll pick this one. Now, what we'll do is it won't matter. We'll pick a Naveco, doesn't really matter. Now, this is where you pick what symbol you want to use for your company logo. I also use that. We're using English language. Now, I'm not sure, but you've got Russian, Danish, English, etc. for whichever country you come from. I come from England. I'm Australian, so I pick English. Now, this has no mods in it whatsoever. It's base game. So what we'll do is we'll create I've only done that just to get my wheel adjusted just for this quick profile. And as soon as I can, I'll get rid of this stupid music. It's painful. Now, while this is loading, I'll explain that I have all current map DLCs for this particular Euro Trucks, which covers all the way up into Finland, part of Russia, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Lithuania, Poland, Czechoslovakia, all the way down to the bottom here in Italy, and all the way across to France and the UK. Now, what I normally do, especially in Euro Truck, I probably pick either the lowest point, the highest point, and the furthest west, furthest east, etc. Now, for this run, or for this particular one, I'm going to go down to this garage here, Caterina, in Italy. And as soon as we get in there, okay, before we do anything, it's better. Okay. Once you're in the truck, you'll have a starting price. Now, I use euros, you can use whatever you want. You have 2,000 euros to play with. That's where you start, right? Now, it says start the motor. Drive the shot, drive it up, stop. You'll go through this. What it wants to go through is cycle the cameras, then press enter, F1, continue, continue, F5, F6, F7, continue. Close tutorial. Okay. Now, as I said, you only start with 2,000 euros. Your F1 is to pause, F2 is your mirrors, F3 either has an open route advisor like that, or it takes the borders away. F4, you can set up your lights, your parking, your accessories, etc. F5 does your routing. F6 tells you what you got and where it's going. F7 is your damage. Your damage on your truck, your damage on your trailer, your damage on your goods. Messages come up there. F9 doesn't work, and F10 takes a photo. Okay, I'm not going to bore you anymore with driving this load. All I'm showing you is just how to start, right? What you start with, etc. I've got a shifter which turns things into gears. You've also got W, F, W, A, S, D as your standard move curves. But I'm going to jump into my other profile now and explain a bit more about Euro Truck and the trucks to be looking at. Okay, so I'll be back with you very shortly with my other profile, and I'll catch you then. Hello and welcome back to Wizzard Gaming. I'm in a different profile this time. This is my multiplayer profile. This has got no mods in it whatsoever. Now, what I need to do is to show you this. quick jobs, right? Now, I've explained this a little bit before, but you are driving for a extra or another company per se, and you drive their truck, they pay you money, they pay for fuel, they pay for toll gates, and for repair to the truck if you damage it. Now, what you want to do while you're playing in quick job offers, this one here, is you want to only have price down. That shows the best loads for the best price, right? Now, you take this one, it's a 60-hour trip. 400 of those kilometres are actually on a ferry. Okay. Now, for the drive, that's probably pretty good. Now, what I'd suggest, first up, right, is to come over to this window, come down to standard loads, right? So that's only going to show up standard loads, which includes that one that we picked before. Now, with a standard load, you have time on your hand. Not a lot of time, but some time, okay? So what you do is you take this load because it's the best paying one at the moment in this scenario, and you drive through towns. Now, I don't know, you might be able to get that one, but what you do is you could probably go to that town, go to this town, go to that town, go to that one, go to there, go into the towns. You can go into the towns. Now, I'll show you what I mean. I'll take this job. I'll get rid of it after I've finished. Okay, we're picking it up from here, right? Now, to get in, even though I've been in this area, right, you could go and click here, which will take you into the seaport, which would open up probably a bad idea because that's going to take you somewhere else. And you can probably go around that there. You could probably, where else is it taking us? What's it taking us? You need to go into, come along. Three for Helsinki, one for there, two for there. Okay. You see how we're now driving through towns? Now that one's going to click. We need to come into this seaport there. That one's going to drive through. Now we could come off and do rigger. We could probably come into there. I'm only picking ones that are pretty close, so you'll pick that one up, not a problem. You'll pick Warsaw up without going through anything. If you wanted to, you could probably put a marker there, and then you'll pick up Warsaw and Lops. If you move the marker just here, you'll go through Katowice. That one's a bit off. You might line up Bruno. Some of these you've got to go a little bit off the road to get. But you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to get the towns that are reasonably close. So you'll come down through Florence, you'll come down through here. You've only got 10 waypoints at a time to maneuver your way through the map. So what it is that you've try and go through as many towns as you can. As you see, I've got quite a lot open. That you can on the route that you're going that takes you to the area that you need to go, right? Now, that will open up Nice, it will open up part of Rome, it will open up a little bit up through here. If you've got plenty of time left to do this, put down your 10 waypoints, right? Now let's see, I've got, that goes through, that goes through. Okay, let's put one up here in Bruno. And we'll put one where? Or have I got one there? There we go. Okay, we'll move that one up there. Right, now we've got 10 waypoints to there, right? So once you've finished that particular waypoint, and you still have time, you could then do this one, duck into that one, duck up, duck into this one, and work your waypoints as you're close to the towns, like this one, Rome, Casino, Naples you'll pick up going straight through, and this one you'll pick up, right? So the idea, this is a standard load. So you've got a bit of time to do this. While you're going into the cities, right, you want to have a look for garages, right? I'll zoom in a bit and I'll show you what we're looking for. We're after, let's see, these question marks here, right? It doesn't matter if you don't get them straight away, right? This here is a question mark. That's a dealership, right? That's normally a question mark. That's a question mark. That's a recruitment center. Now let's see if I can find one that I actually haven't found. Right? There's a recruitment center. There's a dealership. There's a garage. Where am I? Come over to Uppsala. This will just show you for that's a workshop. Okay, here we go. You got 2 question marks, right? I can tell you right now where the mouse is. It's a recruitment agency. If you got a question mark, a repair symbol, and a sleeping area, that is a dealership. The little house with a truck in it is a garage, right? That you can buy later on down the track. Okay, so if you did that run, right, and you found everything approximately close to the standard route length that you're doing, you'll open up all these cities. When you open up all these cities, right, now it's the same in American Truck Simulator and the same in European Truck Simulator. When you open up the cities, you get a bigger variety of contract loads and a bigger variety of picking up loads when you buy a truck. Okay? Now, I'm not down to do this run, but I'm just showing you that once you get down, do your 10 waypoints, you don't really want to divert too much off your path. But if you're going near, like very close to where you've got to go, yeah, just divert a little bit, do it, try and pick up as much as you can. When you get to your last waypoint, like I've got here, then you want to go click in here. This one, you're going to come in, you want to click and go into there. You want to go into Florence. It'd be handy to go into there. You're coming into Rome, so you should pick that up. If you don't, just move the marker this side of Rome, it'll route you through it. You've probably got to get off the road to get to this one. Naples should automatically pick you up. And when you come to your drop off here, you'll find all this as well. Okay, enough of that. I'll do something I don't normally do. That just abandoned the load. I just lost us some money. Okay, that's the basics of taking hire jobs. Make sure you've got ticked standard jobs, and that is what you need to take. You have time to do things. Okay. Let's move on to the trucks. Okay, I've got every truck dealer here. So let's have a look at Iveco. Okay. Take note. The base truck in Iveco, €96,505. As is. That's it. As is. Now, you can make that cheaper because you're paying $3,900 for the paint job. And you can get paint for 2006. So you've got 3 paint jobs there that is going to cost you less, okay? You currently start with a 2x4, which means 4 wheels and only 2 of those axles drive, that back axle drives. You start with a 310 horsepower motor, 12-speed gearbox, a standard dash, one of those 3 top colours. Do not modify the truck whatsoever. Do not do anything inside the truck whatsoever. I'll tell you why in a minute. Okay, that's Iveco. Now, before we leave the Iveco series, the dearest one's just under 200,000. Okay, so currently 96,000 is the cheapest Iveco. Let's go back up to DAF. Okay, DAF trucks. Your cheapest DAF truck will always, or your cheapest truck will always be this one, in this corner. 120,150. Base truck as is on the road. Right? Now, you've got white, red, gunmetal, green, and blue are base colours. You don't have to pay any more for them. 6x2 the same. 360 horsepower. 12-speed gearbox. It's, yeah, kind of the same. But that is 120,000. I think you're getting to where I'm coming from shortly. Where is it? Let's have a look at man. Man. $99,965. Base truck, drive away. Right. Same configuration as the cheapest truck on the market. 4x2. 320 horsepower motor. 12-speed gearbox. You have cheaper colours, red, blue, white. Takes the cost down a little. Don't modify. Don't modify. You'll get my drift in a minute. So at the moment, that'd be a little under 99. Okay. But it's still not as cheap as that. So 96,000 is what we're looking for. We need below that. Okay, let's go to Mercedes. Why I left this base model for Mercedes. Here we go. $101,105 or euros, whatever. As is. Same configuration, 2x4, roughly the same motor, same gearbox, and we can't get any cheaper paints. But we do have a range from royal grey, gem bog grey, and dark basalt. Don't need to do anything else. And Mercedes are up to nearly $260,000 or 260,000 euros. Okay, Renault. Where's my Renaults? Cheapest Renault on the market, 108,175 euros. Two by 4, 308, 12 speed. Now you can take the retarder off and just go for standard 12 speed. That still only drops it down to 102,000. Now let's have a look. Can't do anything about the colours. So even dropping the motor down to, or dropping the gearbox down to a standard 12 speed, you're still only $102,175. I think you know where I'm coming from. Okay. Get out of this one. Scania. Okay, here we go. basic Scania, right? 112,615,000 euro. Base truck, drive away. Okay. Standard cab, 2x4, 360 horsepower motor, standard 12-speed box. Can we get any colours cheaper? Yes, we've got 3 colours: blue, ocean, deep ocean, perfect white, and scorpion red. Don't need to change that, and you don't need to change that. We're at 110,455 euros. And just to show you what the dearest one's worth, there's the dearest one, right here at the bottom, €314,410 As you said, you're going to have to earn some money. Volvo. Cheapest Volvo on the lot. €101,755. Right? Standard cab, 2x4. That's got a 540 horsepower motor in it, and it's running a standard 12-speed. Can we make the paint cheaper? Yes, we can. Storm Blue is the cheapest paint. So we've actually saved ourselves $650. 650 euro. Wow. I think you know where I'm coming from here. Now, we'll just, there's your dearest one. 258,116 euros. Okay. My consensus. Now, this is what I've been doing for a long time. That is the cheapest, by far, truck in Euro Truck Simulator. Now, here's the trick. Leave it like that. Leave it like that. Don't worry about the motor. Gearbox is right. You have 1, 2, 3 colours you can pick from that will not cost you, or actually will cost you less, because by picking these 3 colours to start off with, you save 550 euro. Okay. What I suggest is you pick one of these 3 colours as your main colour, or the colour that you wish to have your drivers drive. Right? So, just for sake, I also, green's fine. I will pick the one in the middle. Okay. Say, for example, you have a choice: clear white, olive green, velocity red. Now, I'm thinking ahead a little bit in this way. If you pick one of those 3 colours, which isn't going to cost you, it's going to cost you less than the base truck. Think ahead. That would be the truck that you want to have your drivers driving, that colour. In that case, that is the first truck you buy. When you buy that truck, right, now I don't know if I can show you this, but if you bought that truck, it saves it into the configuration file, so that when you come up here, my fleet, my Veco, right, now I've got an updated version, right? So if I clicked on that and went purchase for all my drivers, you'd get the same truck all the time. I normally just put my drivers in Ivecos because they're the cheapest truck to buy. Okay, that's just one of the tips. Now, once you've had opened up a lot of your dealerships, a lot of your, see the question marks? These are all recruitment centers. And you combine that with, missed it now. And you combine that with dealerships, which are the other question marks. They are what you want to open up, right? Now, let's bring on the map. Now, this profile is a newer profile for me, so I haven't unlocked all this. Now, when you get to use the quick jobs drive for another driver, as I've been stating, when you unlock 80, 90% of the map, or the cities, you've at least got to unlock one of every dealership. The recruitment agencies, well, as many as you can. Now, when you've unlocked a lot, whoops, wrong way. When you've unlocked all your, or a majority, 80%, 90% of all the cities in the map, then I'd think about buying a truck, right? Then I'd also think about expanding your garage. Only once. Your tiny garage holds one truck. Upgrade it once will give you a 3-slot garage. Now, when you do that, let's see if I can, garage manager. Okay. This is my main garage. Right? It's got 4 of my trucks and a Iveco. A small, that's a garage. So if you upgrade your garage, you'll get a 3-slot garage, right? Just upgrade that as it is to 3 slots. You're in one truck. You have 2 other Ivecos alongside you. Put workers in the other 2 Ivecos, right? You're in one, so you're only running 3 trucks. They'll make money for you, even as a base truck. Even if you wanted to buy that truck that I suggested, the base truck with no modifications on it, at least if you buy 2 of those, you then can go back, swap your Iveco and put it into a free slot, go back and buy another Iveco for yourself. If you wanted to, you could then modify your personal Iveco, right? Because you should have enough money to do that. Now, what I'll do is I'll just show you. We'll come down. We're going to pick from my fleet this one. Right, now that's a standard Iveco. Now, this is what it's going to look like. Now, as you can see, I've got coloured wheels, so it does cost you a bit, but okay, let's strip this down a bit. Oh no, it's all right. We'll take that off. Okay. Now, yeah, we'll leave them. Now, these are special DLC lights, so you won't have them unless you've got the DLC. But you can put, a beacon like that or a beacon like that. You've got mirrors. You've got flags, which are DLC, so you might not have those. You can upgrade your mirrors, chrome, modern chrome. See what I mean? Or painted. You got two different types of mirror there that you might not have. You can change your sun shields. You've got a light bar on top, right? So this could be your truck. So you could probably modify chrome handles. I'm only just okay on these little bits. You can put lights, horns. I normally put lights up here. Now, what these modifications, you can only do when you get past a certain level, okay? But say, for example, you didn't want this, you wanted to change it up. We'll go back to that. You wanted to up motor. Well, in an Elgato, that's the highest you can go. And you wanted 16 speed. That's got retard, whatever. Okay. You might want depending on where you are, that's an executive European dash. That's an executive UK dash. You see what the difference is? It's on one side of the truck, that one's on the other. You might want to now change your paintwork. Where, let's see, the black. Right, might want to change your paintwork. You might want to modify your tires. But this type of modification does come down to your level that you're at. That one you won't have, that one you will. You can put your number plate up there. Right. I'm only doing this just to show you might not have that up there. You'd have most of those. Alright. You can put up a curtain if you want. It's up to you. I don't normally do. You can hang things off this once you do some achievements. You can hang stuff off the front if you want. And when you come down to your wheel, you've got standard, customized. Some of these you may or may not have, but you can get the gist of it. So this is your truck, so you can, spruik it up a little bit. As I said, it all depends on your level you are, how much XP you've got, what level. By this time, you've probably got enough money that it really wouldn't matter, wouldn't worry too much. I'm only showing you a little bit of doing modifications. It all comes down to your level. This particular profile's maxed out. I can put whatever I want on any truck I feel like. So that's just a quick rundown. So you've passed on your other truck to another driver. You bought 2 standard rigs. You've gone in and converted your standard rig, say, to a 6x4. You can put, say, a high-rise top on it. It's 6x4. You've got the biggest motor, the best gearbox, an executive there. We've changed the paint job to whatever you want. A lot of these paint jobs are DLC. Some of them you may have, some of them you won't. I've got a lot. I've been playing this game for too long. Anyway, getting back onto it, you can do all your mods and put everything up. All comes down to your experience, what level you're at, etc. You've got to be at around level 30 to open everything up. Right, now I'll show you where all that is anyway. So we won't worry about that. That's how to do it. Now, level 30, I'm level 380. Okay, I can do anything. You need to be at least level 30 to do all modifications. I have the highest rating that you can get. As I said, I have all the skill points. Now, here in the skill points, I went through on the other video, on the other section for American truck. High value cargo, fragile cargo, ADR, which is explosives. High value, fragile, ADR. That's the way you work it. High value, fragile, ADR. High value, fragile, ADR. And you work those 3 rows until they're full. And there is 6 skill points per row, which is 18 skill points, right? You fill that row, and that row, starting with high value, fragile, ADR. The next one you start with, after you fill those ones, just in time, economy, just in time, economy, just in time, economy. There's another 12 skill points. The last row that you do with your last 6 skill points is long distance. One here, one here, one here. That's the best way, because your high value gives you 25%. Okay, you get all 6 will give you 30% higher reward plus 5% increase for high value deliveries. Fragile cargo. 30% higher reward and 5% for delivering fragile cargo. Just in time. Only 18% plus 3%. Plus 30% and 5%. Okay, so it's worth doing as well. Fuel, it saves you money, where the cost of fuel reduces. Long distance, 30% higher reward for delivering long distance in excess of 1,500 kilometers. Yeah. But these ones here are the key. Flammable. These actually allow you to carry those loads. Right? So once you untick or once you put 6 in there, that allows you to carry all those loads. So you could have that load there being fragile, just in time, and high value. High value, fragile, ARD, just in time, economy. The last one you do is long distance. High value, fragile, ARD, just in time, economy. That is the best way that I have found with playing this for in excess of 5 years, how to do it properly. This is not the actual facts of doing things. This is my way of doing things, right? I've played this game in single player. I played it in single player on a keyboard for 2 years before I invested in a game. I've played in multiplayer for over 5 years. The videos I put out on my Let's Plays are in single player. One, because I know what I'm dealing with. In multiplayer, there are too many idiots to do recording for videos. They are fun to do. I like driving in multiplayer, but the video is not necessarily. Now, let's get on to hiring people. We'll do that. Recruitment agency, right? As you said, I've opened up a couple here. Just hit hire, right? Now, you might not have them up in this area, right? So let's go down the bottom. It cost €1,500 to hire a driver. So what you do is that you buy 3 trucks, upgrade your garage, buy 3 trucks. You're going to have to buy 1 initially for yourself. Then you need to upgrade your garage. Then you need to buy another truck identical to the one you're driving and move them into the other 2 spare slots in your garage. Buy a 3rd truck, either modify it or not, right, and put it into your garage. So now you've got 3 trucks, virtually all the same. You then hire a worker. You tell him, I want to work in that truck there. So you click on that truck and you go OK. Okay? You hire another worker. Right? You tell them that vehicle there and I want them to drive in that truck there. Right? This is your truck here. So your two drivers will drive two Ivecos because they're cheap. You'll drive probably a modified Iveco, or if you've actually done the trick or done what I suggest, you could go out and buy a Scania, a Volvo, or any other truck and modify it however you want to. You've just got to have your level here to at least 30, and you can do anything you want. Yeah, if you did the 80 or 90% of opening up the maps in quick jobs, you will have quite a lot of money to do what you want to do. Even if you did, right, want to buy a truck for your garage, fine, go buy a truck for your garage. Expand your garage. Do it in small pieces though, because doing it with the quick job offers will make you probably a lot of money quickly, right? You'll have enough money in your bank account and experience points. That is the second thing you need to have. And this goes for both European Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. You need money and you need experience points. The more experience points you get, the higher the level that you are. The higher the level that you are, once you get past, say, 30, level 30, you can do whatever you want to a truck, right? Any truck. Now, as you've seen, we go through the trucks in both American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator. You can see they cost a lot of money. If you want a real fancy looking truck, it's going to cost you a lot of money. You're best off doing quick jobs and open up 80, 90% of the map. Explore, right? This is where you get your money from. This is where you get your experience from. This is where you get your time to sit back, enjoy the drive, because you're only doing standard jobs. When you get a bit more experience, yeah, move on to a blue one. You won't have as much time to explore. When you get a little bit more into it, and say see, that's fragile and urgent. Once you get to, say, a fragile, urgent, etc. job, and it's paying more than a standard job, of course, take it. But don't worry about doing your side trips. Do it as a straight run. If you go through the town, you go through the town. If you don't, you don't. People that were watching my videos will understand the way I what I'm talking about. I've explained this a few times throughout my videos. The thing is, if you've got a urgent job, a triple red arrow job, this one here, right? Urgent delivery. You do not have time to mosey around the maps. You have to go from point A to point B as quick as you can. If you drive through the town and it finds it for you, that's fine. Do not detour off the map on a red job. You don't have the time. On a blue job, you have a bit of time. On a green arrow job, you have plenty of time. Do the standard jobs first. Once you've done that and explored as much as the map you can, you'll have money. When you have money, you can buy things. The thing is, you'll have to buy a truck, one truck first. That lets you put it into the garage. Once you buy that one truck and you have the money, expand that garage by one, which will give you three. What I mean by that is you upgrade the garage once. That'll turn that garage from one slot garage to a 3-slot garage. Seeing you've only just bought a non-modified truck, go and then buy another non-modified truck and put it into the garage. If you still have enough money, or if you don't have enough money, either way, you can either buy you can buy another non-modified truck, so it's 3 non-modified trucks in your garage. You'll hire 2 workers to drive 2 of them, you drive the other one yourself. Money will start turning over. Drivers that you employ, both in American Truck Simulator and European Truck Simulator 2, it doesn't matter how big the truck is, if it's a 6x4, a 10x8, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They can drive the smallest truck that you can put them in, which is an Iveco 2x4, with the smallest motor you can put in it, which is probably an Iveco 2.4. And they don't care what color it is by you. But they'll make you money no matter what truck you put them in. And they'll make you the same money no matter what truck you put them in. Okay? Now, another thing. As I said, this particular map here in Europe covers all the DLCs for Europe at the moment. Okay? What you need to do, now, I'm not sure, but I know you're going to have the UK. I know you'll probably get part of France, depending on which base game you've got. I know the one I started with, I had the UK, I had France, and into Germany, and out this way to Budapest. a lot of this has all been upgraded now. There's been new modifications in Germany, there's been new modifications in France and Italy, and there's this part up here is the Baltic. That's a new part. This part here, which is let's see, Denmark, Sweden, Norway. This is all DLC. This is all DLC. Italy is a DLC. Part of France is a DLC, etc. But depending on where you start is up to you. It doesn't make that much difference. I personally pick the furthest away from 2 points. I did originally start here in Aberdeen with my first garage. My second one was here, Lindsay. Right there. Now, if you have a look at that, that's kind of in the middle of Europe. So you can go either way. Anyway, enough of that. Let's just have a look at trailers. Now, I've got the Crane DLC, I've got the Swartdick DLC, so let's just pick a standard trailer. And what we'll do is I'll get a multi. Oh crap, I've only got one garage, okay. You can put the big, there are only certain places you are allowed to put, okay, I can put one up here in Finland. Now, see, I can't put them in Poland. I've got a garage there, I can't put them in Poland. I can't put them in Italy. When you can put big trailers up here in the northern area. I think Norway, you can put them as well, and you can put them in Denmark. Sweden, you can't. These are when you get to you buying your own trailers. These standard trailers that I'm showing you at the moment are part of the game, except for Krone and Swartjof. So that's a B double. A lot of the people in Australia will be familiar with the B doubles. That can go up here, that can go over into Norway. It can't go into Poland, and it can't go into Italy. I haven't got a garage in Germany, so I can't really tell you. But yes, they are limited to certain places you can put them. That's one of the reasons why I've got one of my Let's Plays up in Finland, because I know it can take the big trailers, okay? I'll show you this just for funsies. That's a Krone trailer. It's a double, it's what's called a standard trailer with a pup. They're called double. Line up. And, you can paint it whatever you want. It doesn't really make much difference. There you go. Goes from Krone to Goodyear. Now back to Krone. Yeah, there's a lot of modifications. You can do the wheels, you can do lighting. at all costs. But this bigger trailer can be stored up in the Finnish Baltic area. But seeing I haven't opened up a lot at the moment, I can't really. And the Schwarzkopf trailers, they're pretty much the same. You can configure them up, single, refrigerator, axles, triple. Right. They're just a different version of trailer. And you can go around and modify that. Mind you, at all costs. So it's but if you're looking at putting when you get to the point where you want to buy a trailer and do your own deliveries, which is here, the cargo market, which I haven't got opened in this particular thing. I haven't bought a trailer. Actually, what I will do, there we go. What I will do, just for funnies, buy a Crone double, customize. Okay. Now, the double trailer, you can either have it in double or single. I will have a double. Profiler, that can't change. We can have whatever we want on this. As you see up the top here, you can change all those colors. But we're just going to stick with the Crone at the moment. I'm going to do this quite quickly because that's all done. We want that one. They are actually the best wheels you can have. We want rear mud flap painted. Yeah, I'll just do this quickly. Just to give you a look. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Now I know the tyres on the Crone are the top ones. Now, I normally use these, and I normally use that colour. And we'll use that, and we'll put that in red. Well, you can see where I'm going. I'll just pretty this up and show you. Because what I want to do is I want to leave the Crone logo there. I like shiny things. Oh dear. People are going to hate me after this. And I'll just show you, it's here and all there. At least you'll get shown how to set up a trailer. Not that one. Mind you, this is how I set my trailers up. You do not have to set them up like this. Mind you, I set up all my trucks this way. Okay, there we go. It's all modified, right? Well, as modified as I'm going to do it. Now, here's a go. Watch this. So that's what it's going to look like behind the back of your truck. Okay. Now, that trailer has cost €122,700. We've added €28,990 worth of additions. Let's buy it. Right, there's your trailer, there's your modifications. We'll purchase that and we'll put it in there and we'll go, yep. Thank you for buying. Now, if I wanted to buy that again, there it is there. Right. In actual fact, I've got two of them. Fine. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay. Now I've hooked up a trailer. We go to Quick Jobs. There you got here, cargo market. Right. Now this is picked out. Now what you want to do, we're up here in Finland. This is where we are. There is no current jobs in Finland at this particular point for your cargo. But there is there. Right? That's not that far away. But what you've got to do is you've got to make sure the expiry dates or the expiries, you've got some time to get there. Now that expires in 25 hours, so that's definitely enough time to get there, right? It's paying well, right? So what you do is you can click on that, which I won't do. You race off to here, pick up your load, and drop it off at Katia, Finland, which is that one, right? This buying your own trailer and doing this is way down the track, right? You need money. You need lots of money to do this. Okay. Now, let's go back to our trailers. Alright, that's the one I bought. So let's swap. We'll just see what's different. Okay, swap the so you can go through your trailers. Now I'm saying this is going to be down the track sometime, right? As you've seen, one trailer that we just had on didn't have any loads from this area, right? This particular trailer that we've made just before can take loads from here, right? $74,000 into Germany. Not a problem. What you do, pick up the load, and away you go. That's a 30-hour drive, but, you know, there you go. Anyway, we're saying that, ladies and gentlemen, I've probably bored you enough with all this. This is my feelings. This is how I became... The wife has two issues on this. It's either an addiction or something else, but that's beside the point. This is the quickest way and the easiest way that I know to gain money, experience, and it's how I've done it for years. I know other tricks and tips because I test a lot of modification or a lot of modification stuff, or mods as they call them, to see if they'll work in with my Let's Plays, to see if they'll work in with the games I'm playing. I've written certain modifications or mod profilers that allow me to do that. Because starting a new modification or a new game to run testing, etc., you need the money to do it. So what I do is I normally set up a mod profile so I can actually go in, buy what I need, test what I need, and not worry about things. The problem with that I've always had, right before I had that capability, was if your profile gets corrupt, you then have to start all over again. I have started all over again for that many times, it's beyond. Right. I forget how many new profiles I've had to start over the years. But the thing is, these are your tricks. This is how to start. This is how to build your company. This is how to enjoy driving trucks or driving virtual truck companies. I've been doing it for too long. My name's Wizzard. My YouTube channel is Wizzard Gaming. I hope that this helps people out. As you know, I've covered every standard truck in both games. You can see I have shown you physically what is the cheapest trucks to buy. When you have enough money, it doesn't matter. Buy whatever you want. Deck it out however you want. If you really want to know, watch this. That's my big scan now. That's nearly $400,000 worth. Money is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. Experience is a thing. The money that I've got up in the top corner, 96 million. That's from playing this game smartly. Okay. That's nearly a 400,000 plus truck. 500,000 as it's set up there. Yes, you can do it with small trucks, you can do it with big trucks. I like big loads, as you've seen in some of my videos. That is my big haul truck for my personal drive. And I'll show you one more thing. I do have a 2x4. Just because I can. And yes, it's got curtains. But it does have the curtains for Scania. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Wizzard. My YouTube channel is Wizzard Gaming. If you like this, hit the like button. Share it by all means on multimedia. Hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel. I will be bringing out more tips, tricks for other games I'm playing. Hit the notification bell to let you know that my videos are coming up. Currently, I have had a major fall and my back is not well enough to be putting out a lot of content at the moment, but I've sat down and I've persevered putting this one out because I believe that it is beneficial for new people that are in this game, that are playing American Truck Simulator, that are playing European Truck Simulator, and are having problems doing things. I believe that with all the pain I'm going through currently at the moment, that this had to come out. This I had to make for the people out there that needed the help. I'm not saying I'm any genius. I am not. I'm just giving you my opinion, where it comes from me, how I've done it. Right? There are plenty of cheats out there to do anything. That $96,000 for this profile does not include cheats. That is pure driving. Right? Yes, I do have cheats, but I have them to do a specific job, as in testing. There is a difference. This is my everyday drive. Other things are testing. Other things are Let's Plays. Let's play American Truck Simulator. Let's play European Truck Simulator 2. Let's play my other Let's Plays. This is my daily drive. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure putting this for you. And yes, I've put up with the pain because I think it's necessary to at least get something out there for the people that are having trouble, for the people that turned around and said, well, you can't get that much money without having cheats. Yes, you can. There it is there. Now, this is the best I can do at the moment. I can do a bit more, getting involved a bit more later when I'm feeling a bit better. But if you take my advice, do the quick jobs for other people. Discover the map, discover the towns, discover the dealerships, discover the cities, discover the recruitment agencies. By the time you've done that, 80-90% of the map, by using that method, you'll have enough money. You'll have a couple $1 million. Don't laugh. You'll have a couple $1 million. Right? Okay, that's enough of me bragging on. My name's Wizzard, as you can see by the truck. My channel is my YouTube channel is Wizzard Gaming. If you have any questions you would like to ask me, right? In the description in my channel is a Discord, my Discord. Click on that, ask to join. I will answer any of your questions. I have voice areas, I have chat areas. Click on Discord, send me a personal message to Wizzard. I will get back to you. I will arrange a time to sit down and actually physically talk to you and answer your questions. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And thank you for taking the time. Because this has been a pleasure to make. My name's Wizzard. As you can see, my Wizzard truck. My YouTube channel is Wizzard Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, hooroo. I'm an Australian. That's our hooroo. See you all. Bye for now.